So here I was getting ready to do my video ranking the top maps in Jurassic World Evolution 2, and bam! New trailer for new DLC. So I guess I'm gonna have to do a video on that then instead. Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. And yes, I thought I would make a quick video going over the brand new DLC that has just dropped today, the Marine Species pack. And so far we have an announcement trailer and some screenshots, and more news is going to be coming tomorrow, but I thought I'd make a video on it today because, you know, YouTube. So I thought we would start by going over the trailer first. This is not scripted, so this is just all going to be initial reaction. So the first thing we see is one of the new creatures, the Shonisaurus. This is a type of ichthyosaur. I have to say, it looks absolutely wonderful with this bright blue and yellow skin. It's so nice to see marine creatures coming to the game that actually have some coloration to them, because the marine animals have been really rubbish for well, some of the marine animals have been really rubbish. The mosasaur and the ichthyosaur spring immediately to mind that they have kind of dull, boring skins, but I have to say the Shonisaurus looks absolutely brilliant. We then also get this lovely view of Nothosaurus, which I know Camp Cretaceous fans were eager to have back. The Nothosaurus looks like it's also going to have lovely patterns and skins. I have to say the texture on this looks really nice as well. Really prominent scale pattern to it amongst this marbled yellow patterning it's got going on here. But yeah, again, the Nothosaurus looks wonderful with these webbed feet and the prominent teeth sticking out of the jaw. Very cool. But of course, that's not the one I'm most pleased for. I am really ecstatic. It's a fucking Dunkleosteus. I mean, I want that on a t-shirt as well. Like, it's a fucking Dunkleosteus. The dunk is one of my favourite all-time animals, and I'm very glad for two reasons. Number one, it looks like the dunk is going to be the traditional style as a shark-like fish, not the squished, fat, short, modern interpretation of Dunkleosteus. So that's one thing I'm glad of. And the second thing I'm glad of is that it isn't Megalodon. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset that it's not a Megalodon. In my opinion, Megalodon is a very boring animal. It's just an oversized great white shark. And yes, you can do some things with it to try to make it look less boring, but at the end of the day, it is probably one of the most boring choices that they could have chosen to add to the lagoon, whereas Dunkleosteus is far more interesting, being an armoured fish, a placoderm with this enormous jaws, which they do focus on in the trailer video. Looks absolutely terrifying. And can I also say, just from the bit in the trailer of the Dunkleosteus, it looks like it's also going to have some nice patterns. So yeah, this is probably going to be one of my favourite species to put in the park. And then finally we have the reveal of the Archelon, the giant Cretaceous turtle. They've given it quite a prominent beak, but the shell looks like they're going for a sort of leatherback turtle shell, which is kind of suiting the modern interpretation of the animal. And again, really nice patterns and colorations on these Archelon. And then it pans out to reveal them laying on this rock feature that's on top of the lagoon. Now, if people watched my CEO video I did a short time back, I suggested a DLC where they add a Zoo Tycoon 2 style rock feature on the water so that we could have Nothosaurus and Archelon resting on the top of the water. And here we have it. So I'm glad that Frontier at least if they didn't see that video, at least think along the same lines that I do. But yeah, really nice colours and patterns on all these Archelon that are on this rock feature. So again, first vegetarian, possibly vegetarian, we don't know for sure yet, but possibly first vegetarian animal for the lagoon. And a very big mix of animal types and time periods. Shonosaurus, I think, is Triassic period. Archelon is Cretaceous. Dunkleosteus obviously is Devonian, so that means it's now the oldest animal that we have in the game. And Nothosaurus again is a Triassic period animal. So lots of time periods being involved here, lots of different animal types and shapes and sizes. So really great to see. Let's have a look now at some of the screenshots that we've had today. So let's start with that Shonosaurus, because not only do we have this lovely image of the Shonosaurus with the almost mosasaur-like tail fluke, which the Triassic, the early ichthyosaurs, they all had this sort of mosasaur-like tail with the bottom fin was longer than the top one, and really prominent ventral fins as well. But we get a really great view of this colouring, which does kind of remind me of a whale in some respects, but it's right in front of this lovely lagoon viewing dome. And again, if you watch my CEO video, I suggested they make a viewing dome that we can have underneath the water, placeable, and this looks great. Looks like it's probable we're only going to get one design, because we see this one design of viewing dome several times in the screenshots. It doesn't change design, so it's probable that this is going to be the only design of it. But yeah, looks great from what I can see of it here, with the large glass sides and the domed roof, and of course with the Place It Anywhere mod, I reckon this is also going to give us some new interesting things we could do with it outside of the lagoons. But yeah, the Shonosaurus looks absolutely brilliant. Looking at the Nothosaurus, we have it in this wonderful white main body pattern with again the yellow additional pattern on top. I think this is probably, looking at the skin system we have in game, this is probably Quillian Mountains or the Death Valley main body color, with probably Great Sandy Desert, maybe mangrove forest on top. But yeah, we get another, it looks absolutely brilliant in this coloration, by the way. I absolutely love it in this white. I think it looks really cool. We have a really nice shot of it eating this fish with the really prominent toothy jaws, which is accurate to the fossil, and these webbed feet. And I have to say, Nothosaurus, it's another one of my favorite aquatic animals, simply because it's kind of like it's not quite a crocodile. It's prehistoric enough in look that it's not just a crocodile that, would be kind of boring. Again, it's a bit like the people who want Dinosaurus. It's just a big crocodile. It's not that interesting, but Nothosaurus is a really interesting animal. Looks really cool. So I'm really happy to have Nothosaurus again. And let's get to the big one for me, Dunkleosteus. Absolutely amazing. The proper shark-like shape, the traditional Dunkleosteus design with the really big tail fluke and the really big dorsal fin. Looks like this screenshot is the same pattern we see in the trailer video, with the speckled marbling along the back. And again, we have it with the really armored head as well. They've gone for a really nice depiction of the Dunkleosteus. I absolutely adore it. One other thing I just want to point out, the background to this, we have the viewing dome again, but we also have quite a lot of vegetation and quite a lot of rocks being placed down here. It is possible they placed them all manually for this screen cap, but to me, I think this might suggest that we're going to get some sort of lagoon brush that we can paint the bottom of the lagoon surfaces with, because this looks very foliage and sort of object heavy, and I can't see them placing this many down just for a screen cap. It's possible, but I think it might suggest we're going to get a brush to do this with, so we'll have to see what happens tomorrow with the news. And then we have 2 screenshots of the Archelon, another one showing off the viewing dome and what looks like 2 main different colorations, a green one and a red one, probably Great Sandy Desert and Chaplin Valley as body colors, knowing the coloration, the skin system. And yeah, I think it's really good to have Archelon in the game as something that's not massively horrifically carnivorous. Archelon is a really great choice, and we have another screenshot of it on the rock that we're going to be able to place in the lagoons. And again, we have 3 different colors here, black one, a red one and a green one, and we can see this sort of spotty pattern that it looks like it's going to have. All in all, I think all of this is a really good sign. I'm really excited to get using the viewing domes. I'm really excited to get having Dunkleosteus in the park. Very curious to see what else they're going to do with the free update. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting further news tomorrow. Obviously, because we are getting all of this news coming out, I have to make videos on this. The ranking video I was going to do probably will now come out over the weekend, since I'm going to be wanting to focus on making videos for the new DLC reveal. But don't worry, that ranking video is still coming out. Let me know down in the comments which of the 4 new species you are most looking forward to having in your parks, and what do you think about my idea that maybe we're going to get a brush to decorate the bottom of the lagoon? What do you think? Do you think the screenshots might indicate that, or do you think I'm barking up the wrong tree? Let me know in the comments. But I will see you guys tomorrow to go over the more news that they're going to provide us. And yeah, until then, stay safe and goodbye.